Respected viewers, imagine for a moment standing at the edge of your life, looking back at every choice that brought you to where you are today, and feeling the weight of judgment, regret, and shame pressing down on your shoulders. Imagine feeling like the world has decided your worth for you before you've even had a chance to define it yourself. Today, I want to talk to you about self-respect, about reclaiming your story, and about moving forward even when every part of you wants to look back. This is a journey, a deeply human journey, and it's one that Mia Khalifa herself has walked, turning experiences that could have broken her into lessons that inspire, motivate, and heal. When Mia looks back on her past, she doesn't just see controversy or mistakes. She sees a young woman navigating a world that was often unkind, a world that judged her more harshly than it judged others, and a world that tried to define her identity before she could define it herself. It's easy to get lost in the noise of criticism, to feel trapped by other people's opinions, but Mia teaches us that self-respect starts with looking inward, with acknowledging your own humanity, and with recognizing that your past does not dictate your future. It begins with the quiet decision to honor yourself, even when the world seems determined to diminish you. There is a story Mia shares about a time when she felt completely exposed, completely vulnerable, and completely misunderstood. In that moment, she realized something profound: no one else can give you the respect you deserve. It must come from within. It is a radical act, one that requires courage, honesty, and the willingness to stand alone if necessary. Every small step she took toward reclaiming her self-worth was an act of defiance against a world that wanted to define her by her past. And in that act of defiance, she discovered freedom, strength, and a deeper sense of self that no external validation could ever replace. Respecting yourself is not about perfection. It's not about erasing your mistakes or pretending they never happened. It's about embracing your full story, seeing your flaws as part of your growth, and understanding that every experience, good or bad, shapes the person you are becoming. Mia's journey reminds us that moving forward doesn't mean forgetting. It means learning, evolving, and choosing to step into your life with intention, courage, and integrity. It means making peace with your past so it doesn't chain you, and using it as fuel to propel you toward the life you are meant to create. As Mia began to embrace her own sense of self-respect, she faced countless moments that tested her resolve. Every step forward came with whispers of judgment, every decision was scrutinized, and every choice to rise above criticism felt heavier than the last. But in those moments of discomfort, she discovered a truth that applies to every one of us: growth rarely happens in comfort. True strength is forged in the fire of challenge, and self-respect is earned when you refuse to allow others to define your value. There was a period when Mia felt trapped by the shadows of her past, a time when it seemed as if no amount of progress could shield her from the world's judgment. Yet, instead of succumbing to despair, she made a conscious choice. She chose to see herself as more than the labels assigned to her, more than the mistakes she had made, and more than the opinions of strangers. This was not an easy decision, and it did not happen overnight, but it was a pivotal turning point in her life. It was the moment she decided that her life would not be dictated by shame, but by self-respect, resilience, and a commitment to moving forward. Mia's story teaches us that self-respect is deeply tied to accountability, but it's not punishment. It's the ability to acknowledge your past, to learn from it, and to use it as a guide rather than a prison. Every challenge she faced became an opportunity to redefine herself, to speak her truth, and to set boundaries that honored her worth. She discovered that moving forward isn't about escaping the past. It's about facing it with clarity, compassion, and courage. And in doing so, she built a foundation strong enough to weather the storms of life while remaining true to herself. One of the most powerful lessons Mia shares is about the importance of surrounding yourself with people who see your worth, even when you struggle to see it yourself. Life is filled with voices that try to tear you down, but there are also voices that remind you of your strength, your resilience, and your capacity to grow. Choosing who you allow into your inner circle is not vanity, it is an act of self-respect. By surrounding yourself with those who uplift and inspire, you create a support system that allows you to step into your life with confidence, to pursue your dreams without hesitation, and to heal from the wounds that once held you back. Mia's journey also teaches us about the power of forgiveness, most importantly, forgiving yourself. For many, the hardest battles are not with the world outside, but with the voice inside that constantly reminds you of your mistakes, your regrets, and your perceived failures. Mia realized that carrying guilt and self-blame would only keep her trapped in a cycle of shame. She had to confront those feelings, acknowledge them, and then gently let them go. It wasn't about forgetting, it was about understanding that the past is a teacher, not a prison. Every misstep became a lesson, every challenge a stepping stone, and every moment of doubt an opportunity to strengthen her resilience. She also emphasizes the importance of owning your narrative. The world will always try to tell you who you are, but your story belongs to you alone. Maya understood that the opinions of others could only affect her if she allowed them to. By speaking her truth openly and unapologetically, she reclaimed control over her life and her identity. This is a lesson for anyone who feels weighed down by criticism or burdened by the judgments of others. You are the author of your own story, and no one else has the right to write it for you. Moving forward, Mia discovered the importance of setting boundaries. Respecting yourself means protecting your energy, prioritizing your mental and emotional health, and refusing to let negativity define your path. She learned to say no to opportunities, relationships, and situations that no longer served her growth, and yes to experiences that nurtured her soul. This selective courage is what allowed her to step into her life fully, without fear, without hesitation, and with a clarity that comes only from truly valuing yourself. Through every challenge, every moment of doubt, and every victory, Maya's story inspires us to take one simple, yet profound, step to choose ourselves. To recognize our worth, to honor our journey, and to commit to moving forward with courage, integrity, and self-respect. It is a reminder that while the past shapes us, it does not define us, and that every day is an opportunity to reclaim our power, our dignity, and our life. As Mia continued to move forward, she realized that true empowerment comes not only from self-respect, but also from using her voice to inspire others. She began sharing her story openly, not to seek validation, but to show that anyone, no matter their past or the mistakes they've made, can reclaim their life, rebuild their self-worth, and step into a future full of possibility. Her journey is a testament to the strength that lies within each of us, the strength to rise, to heal, and to create a life that reflects our deepest values. Maya's message is simple yet profound. Self-respect is not a destination, it is a daily practice. It is found in the small decisions we make, the boundaries we uphold, and the courage we summon to face ourselves honestly. It is present in the way we speak to ourselves, the way we protect our peace, and the way we refuse to let the judgments of others define our path. By embracing self-respect, we gain the freedom to move forward with clarity, purpose, and a sense of dignity that no one can take away. Through her journey, Mia reminds us that moving forward is not always easy, and it is never linear. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when the past threatens to pull us back. But these challenges are not signs of failure. They are opportunities to strengthen our resilience, deepen our understanding, and reaffirm our commitment to ourselves. Every step taken with self-respect is a step toward a life of authenticity, fulfillment, and true freedom. And so, Maya's story becomes more than her own. It becomes a mirror for all of us. It calls on us to examine our lives, to honor our own worth, and to take responsibility for moving forward with courage, integrity, and self-love. Her journey teaches us that no matter where we come from, what we have experienced, or how the world perceives us, we always have the power to reclaim our story, redefine our path, and step boldly into the life we are meant to live.